Why did L&T get into the B2B marketplace?
So see, this idea, was conceived by our group CEO and MD, SNS.
Welcome to a brand new episode of In the Spotlight. In the Spotlight today, the topic is on online B2B marketplace. My guest today is Bhadresh Pathak of L&T-SuFin. Thank you for coming as a guest on In the Spotlight. Why did L&T get into the B2B marketplace?
So my pleasure and privilege to be with you, Sumit, today. Yeah, see, L&T has been dealing with industrial goods for over 8 decades now, and it has become a company which is considered as I would say, the godfatherly status in the engineering industry. So, because we have been dealing with this kind of goods both on our project sites as well as in our manufacturing plants, we thought that why not to digitize the whole process of supply chain. And because of the pain points that we knew of this segment of the supply chain, which predominantly comprises of MSMEs, we thought that the digitization is a short way of solving many of the problems which they face, and the scaling up of the digitization would definitely mean that the businesses would scale up exponentially. So that's why L&T ventured into this particular area.
You mentioning digitization, and I've been hearing a lot of digitization in L&T. Just throw.
So when you talk of typical supply chain, there is a buyer at one end and a supplier at the other end. Now there are many entities who comprise of the supply chain. So there are logistic companies, there are people who would be providing the packaging services, there are people who would be providing, say, the working capital, there will be the banks who would be handling the transactions. There would be, say, contract manufacturing units who would be manufacturing the goods and supplying to the people who procure, the suppliers. So a lot of people in the supply chain, they deal with each other bilaterally.
How did the journey begin?
So SNS came and pioneered this idea that why can't we start a platform dealing with e-commerce in the goods that we deal with on a daily basis.
How many pin codes do you serve?
Pin codes, number of pin codes that we serve is about 23,000. We serve the whole country practically. So about 23,000 pin codes is what our logistic service providers, our partners, they cater to.
And what all do you get? I know you get safety shoes, safety products.
So we are dealing with almost now, I would say 50 plus product categories. And below that 50 plus product categories, we have about 3.5 lakh SKUs. So when I talk of product categories, it is just like a broad homogeneous group of products. Say if I say welding, right? So welding would comprise of welding machines, welding electrodes, say the glasses, the safety glasses which are used in welding, right? The flux which is used in welding. So it comprises of a whole family of products which is under one category, and below them there are SKUs which are there, which are individual products which are sold on the platform uniquely.
So say I am a MSME buyer, okay, I'm an MSME player, and I want to buy, and I live in Tuticorin, and you are suppose a seller and you are in, say, Jalandhar. How does L&T-SuFin come in and help both the buyer and the seller?
Yeah. So L&T platform comes in between these two counterparties who don't know each other. They create trust. I know the supplier, my person is there in Jalandhar, my person is there in Tuticorin. We have also done a due diligence on both the counterparties, and we give that trust that, okay, we are there in between, just deal with each other, and we are there if there is any problem.
You also finance?
We don't finance on our books, but we have financing partners like banks, NBFCs, who give every type of working capital which is required for trade.
And is it easy for both the buyer and seller to get onto the platform and buy? Or
yeah, it's easy. It's very easy. So when anybody wants to register on the platform, they don't have to fill in too many details, right? We just ask for a PAN number, the address of the warehouse from where the supply is going to be made, etc., and the number of products that one deals with and the catalogs.
Okay. And how does the good reach somebody? Do you provide some logistics support, or how does that happen?
Logistics partners we have. These partners are the logistic companies who have tied up with SuFin. So say if you are a small unit or SME these partners who have a national tie-up may or may not be available to you easily. But when you come to SuFin, what happens? You get an excess of 23,000 pin codes all across the country through our logistic partners. And you don't have to worry who is the logistic partner. He will simply come, he will pick up the goods, and he will deliver it to the buyer.
That's absolutely a wonderful story. So with that, we come to the end of this episode of In the Spotlight. When somebody wants to buy a product or sell a product, you are backed with the assurance of L&T and infrastructure, high-tech manufacturing and services behemoth. Goods are assured for their quality, KYC customers, and also financing and logistics supports is given to anybody who wants to buy and sell. That's a wonderful story, and Bhadresh, all the best to you and to SuFin.
Thanks a lot, Sumit. It was a pleasure talking to you.
શું વાત કરો છો તમે? ઇલેક્ટ્રિક કેબલ્સ અને પીવીસી પાઇપ્સ અવેલેબલ નથી માર્કેટમાં? હાઉ કેન ધેટ બી? हमारा कमिटमेंट है कस्टमर को, सस्ता घर अपना घर, नो? ऐसे तो बन चुके हम 100 करोड़ की कंपनी।
यस सर।
ये क्या हो रहा है शालिनी? इलेक्ट्रिक केबल्स અને पीवीसी पाइप्स अवेलेबल केम નથી?
सर हमारा जो वेंडर था ना, उसने कोटेशन बढ़ा दी है, एंड ऑल बिकॉज ऑफ शॉर्टेज इन सप्लाई ऑफ रॉ मटेरियल्स।
હવે શું કરવાનું? Where do we find the material from?
सर लेट्स कनेक्ट टू द सेलर्स थ्रू SuFin।
SuFin?
यस सर, L&T-SuFin।
L&T એટલે લાર્સન એન્ડ ટુબ્રો?
यस सर, लार्सन एंड टुब्रो वाली L&T।
वो जो 80 साल पुरानी कंपनी है वो? मतलब हमारा आधा टेंशन और आधा काम तो खत्म हो गया। But how can L&T help us?
With an experience spread over more than 8 decades, L&T now brings to you SuFin, all your business solutions under one roof. Through SuFin, our valuable customers can discover sellers and buy products from across the country, purchase and sell through a specially designed online payment and settlement mechanism, get financial aid from partner banks and NBFCs to overcome liquidity constraints, avail logistics support to easily ship goods from seller to buyers. RFQ option in SuFin is a unique feature where a multi-product RFQ on both credit and immediate payment terms can be requested. The seller can also quote whole or part RFQ depending on product availability at their end. SuFin's digital platform also allows its partners to connect with each other instantly and hassle-free through a specialized chat system. The buyers and sellers can further converse with each other, resolve queries, and thus help build trust among the SuFin partners. L&T-SuFin helps its buyers and sellers to not only do business but also build partnership based on trust. SuFin partners can avail unsecured financing, which is enabled through products like overdraft, invoice discounting, term loan, equipment financing, dealer financing, and vendor financing by multiple lenders. The interest rates as compared to the market are much lower and more cost-effective at SuFin. Through SuFin's digital interface, mid-corporates can also create channel financial solution for their dealers and vendors. SuFin ensures and guarantees the trust between unknown dealers sitting in various parts of the country doing business.
ये लीजिए संतोष जी, आपका बिजनेस लोन अप्रूव हो गया है।
थैंक यू मैडम जी।
कड्डी मार दी छलांगा मार दी, मैनू याद आवे मेरे यार दी।
गजब है ये सुफिन भी, हमको पापे जैसा ट्रांसफर पार्टनर भी दे दिया। ओ पापे महाराज, जरा सिंगाड़ा खाई लो और सुफिन के गुण गाई लो।
ओ चक दे सुफिन।
SuFin provides choice, convenience, and accessibility, all at the comfort of your phone and computers. Business is all about creating a win-win situation. With L&T-SuFin, everyone wins. To discover more, register on www.lntsufin.com.
This L&T initiative SuFin is really a savior. I have found so many sellers which otherwise would have been impossible to find without the L&T trusted and verified stamp. This actually takes away the worry of discovering suppliers through manual means and verifying their credentials. Thank you. SuFin.